Hey everyone, this is Robbe with Believe in the Run, and I'm here today. I'm going to talk a little bit this afternoon with the COROS Global CEO, Louis Wu. So pretty stoked about that. Should be joining in a second, but for now, we can talk a little bit about COROS and our experience with it. So with COROS, let's see, our relationship with them, or really their relationship with anyone, started about a year and a half ago with the COROS Apex when that came out. And actually, they're joining right now. So let's do this. And Louis should be on the screen in just a second. Hey, Louis.
Hey, Robbe, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
Good, good. Well,
Great.
thanks for inviting me.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah, sorry, I was interrupting your conversation, so go ahead.
you're all good. Yeah, so I was telling everyone that I guess we started reviewing COROS watches about a year and a half ago when the Apex came out, around that time. And yeah, I think in the beginning we were pretty blown away, especially the battery life at the time was far above any other watch that anyone else had out there.
Right.
And yeah, and then we got to review the Vertex last May, and then the COROS Apex Pro in September. And I personally reviewed all the watches, and I really enjoy them. They're just awesome. And actually, like the Apex Pro.
Oh yeah, there we go. My same
There you
pick.
go. This
That
has
was my
been
favorite.
my go-to watch for the last well, since September, I guess. So, but
Right.
anyways, yeah, we so I'm excited to have you on. Thanks for coming on today.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. I mean, in my wife's office, so she
Okay.
was so nice to get me her office. I kick her out here as soon as I start working from home. So, well, I was like, yo, the wall behind you is all the shoes. All
Yeah,
the
so
shoes is, right?
this is technically Thomas's wall. He has an
Okay.
insane amount of shoes. Like
Okay. Let me
this
see if I
is
can put a wall of all the watches in the
yeah, there you
future.
go.
That'll cost a lot of money, but we'll see.
Yeah. If you this is like what you see, I think is about 10% of the shoes that are there.
Oh, just 10%. Wow.
Crazy.
Wow. Yeah,
Um,
we started collecting some of our, like, I shouldn't say collecting, but some of our different versions of the watch. Like sometimes we have a limited edition watch. We try to save at least one for our office before it's sold out.
yeah.
So having a collection of all the funny different color versions of them out. I mean, we believe one day it will be very interesting just to throw back to see what we have done in the past.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Maybe you can have like a case on the wall without all your watches.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. One day we'll have the full wall.
So I did want to talk a little bit about COROS and then kind of what you guys are up to, because I guess the last time we talked, well, we talked in December down at the running event for a little bit.
Right.
How was that for you guys?
Well, it was, very good. I definitely enjoyed the conversation with you, and then along with all other media partners that we have, and we couldn't achieve the brand, who we are, without the help from everybody. And we truly proud of ourselves being a performance-driven brand, that we are very deeply involved in the running outdoor communities.
Yeah.
There are so many different technology companies out there and wearable companies, and I think we pick that's just our personal interest too. Like we just like this community. We want to be runners, want to be hikers, climbers, and all over the world. So, and we enjoy working with them, and we definitely enjoy making products for them too.
Yeah, so I always wondered about that. It seems like the angle that you guys took with COROS is kind of going after the outdoor community, where like we see a lot of trail runners that run with COROS watches, some mountaineers, things like that. I know you've since kind of picked up some road runners, like Des Linden's now sponsored by COROS, which is awesome, by the way.
Right, we love her.
So what made COROS kind of go after the trail running segment and stuff like that in the very beginning?
Well, so first thing first, before we started, COROS have been around for actually 5, 6 years. We originally started with a cycling helmet, And then with the technology that we have internally in our engineering team, we will have to pick a direction of where to go, right? We do have the GPS technologies, we have the wearable technologies from our inside of the team, as well as some of external help.
Hmm.
Then we realize one part is we are outdoor recreational enthusiasts, so we love going outside,
Yeah, well,
and
you
we
like
feel
to
like
trail run, right?
yeah, I run as well. I do climb, and we just feel like this part is the world is probably one of the best, most enjoyed part of the life. So we enjoy building product for them. And on the other side, it's very difficult for a young company or smaller company to build something for general public.
Yeah.
I mean, just just the realistic is like I just can't go after general like for the amount of marketing dollars that we have, it could be spread out a thing that's zero if you want to go after Apple Watch. Right? This doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah.
Not like a Fitbit type of fitness community. It's just way too many people. But
Yeah.
instead, if we kind of focus our resources into a smaller, more niche community for running, or maybe as small as trail running, that we can make some real good impact. And so far, that has been pretty successful, and I
Yeah.
think we made the right direction.
Who were some of your first athletes? I know you had Camille Herron,
Mm-hmm.
Hayden Hawk. Is it?
Right, right.
I know some of your original. Were they
Yeah,
some of your?
Dominic Grossman was the very first
Okay.
one. But I
Right.
just had an interview live with him a couple of days ago. It's funny. By that time, we didn't have any like the product is just in a prototype. Like I believe it was just right on the launch or before it's launched. Like there's
Okay.
no brand of Corals.
Yeah.
I just can't convince anybody this is a cool brand. This is going to be something big, something you should trust. Instead, we just have a watch.
Yeah.
So I asked Don, like, what makes you make that decision? Like, I pretty much I was sending spam emails to all the pro athletes I can find on Strava because Strava has a pro page. I was sending them all those emails, and Dom was probably, I believe, like, let's say I sent to 100 people in
Yeah.
California. I only picked California, and then out of them responded back to me. And Dom is the only one that's interested in taking the watch and putting it on a test. So
Yeah.
I asked him why, and it's funny. He's an engineer, so his
Okay.
mindset is a little bit different from the traditional athletes. And like
Right.
athlete will look at it, your brand, your funding, your support, your organization, and he is an engineer. He just look at the products. From engineering perspective, it looks pretty cool. So, and he's in South Cal, and we had a chance to meet with each other. So I showed him a little bit about the future, like what we're going to do as far as the roadmap. So he chose to believe us, and then we got him on board. Initially as a beta tester, there wasn't any pro athlete conversation at all. Just help us testing
Yeah.
some products. There were some pretty significant bugs, and he helped us to find it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we got him on, and then his first connection, and he then introduced us to Sally. Sally has been great with us.
Yeah.
So Sally is actually the second athlete,
Okay.
also in Southern California. So we take advantage of the being local. I forgot who was the third. Maybe it's Hayden.
Okay.
Maybe it's him. Or
Yeah.
Camille, roughly Camille. Camille and Hayden came on board roughly at the same time.
Yeah. I remember it's probably right around when the Apex came out. I feel like around that
Oh,
time.
actually, Camille came on board later. She was just taking up Apex as also a beta tester. Like
Okay.
she doesn't have any commitment with us. Even when she ran the 24 hours world record, that
Yeah.
wasn't sponsored by us at all. That was just
Oh.
she
Okay.
she's having a watch,
All
and
right.
then
I
she
thought
had a
that's.
pace. She had a
Okay. I
pace
thought
at the
oh,
beginning.
she had the pace for the 24-hour.
No. She had an Apex. So what's funny was because she's not like official with us, so she doesn't need to tell us what she's going to do. So my team, we were sitting down for lunch on a Friday, browsing through Instagram, and realized she's gonna have the 24 hours attempt tomorrow, like 8 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
then we think pace is marketed as 25 hours in GPS, so probably barely can make it, but the more like safe option is definitely having her use Apex,
Yeah.
which is advertised at 35 hours.
Yeah. So brings us to a good question. So yeah, the Apex is 35 hours. The
Right.
Apex Pro is 40
40,
hours?
40,
And then the Vertex is
60
60?
hours.
60. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
is insane.
just more than enough that you can run, right? If you're thinking of run longer, then come out, just go try to see who can outrun our watches. So
I used the Vertex for a 50-mile race, and so it was a little under 12 hours. I think it had like it still had like 80% battery life left, or like 85% battery life left.
Right. So we actually, there's one thing we do it different from other brands. Like we never use a term of up to. So I know up to is a very tricky number. Like if you say something up to, then you're probably never gonna get it.
Yeah.
So
right.
And then when we put those data in testing, when we say 35 hours, that's realistically you're gonna make 35 hours. You maybe make it like 34, or you can make it 36.
Yeah.
So 35 is just an average number that most people can expect. And in fact, Kamel did it with her watch 24 hours and still had 32% of battery left. Okay. So roughly you can make it to 35 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah.
And actually, let me pull up a question that we had here, which was is from Peter Broberg, and he asked, "How do they make the battery last so dang long?"
Top secret from the company. So, well, we definitely, our engineering team has done something amazing. So battery life, it can count as two parts. One is a standby battery life, like when you don't turn on anything, just let it run as a watch. Okay. We are very, very long. And the plus, when you turn on GPS, obviously there are some other algorithms that may put into place to consider how to make it battery efficient. Yeah. So I think first thing first, it's not like we have better, of course we have better technology, but it's not because we are smarter or we have something really, really unique than the competitors or other brands doing. I think the key thing is we are a new company or younger company. We're thinking about you have a house to clean and you have all those trash and the furniture in the house, rather than you build a house from scratch, brand new. Mm-hmm. So our software and our algorithm doesn't have so many legacy of old things that engineering team has to fight with each other, say, hey, I want to delete this part from you and you don't agree, let's keep it. And how do we make sure this new feature can fit in my old structure? It's just a battle. Well, in our team, we start out fresh. We can put the power efficiency as a top priority, so we can build everything in a very clean and organized way. Yeah. So I think that's the easiest way for us to explain how we can make this battery life for so long. Like we use the same type of hardware as Garmin. We use the same chipset. We use pretty much same battery. Sometimes they may have an even better battery than us, but they just don't take the battery in an efficient way.
Well, I know one of the things so if you take a Garmin watch, say the 945, it has a ton of stuff on it. And for me personally, it's not really something I care about or need. Like I don't run with music. I know some people like to. A lot of people like to. But even aside from that, like the emergency location device or just certain elements of the watch that are cool for a certain amount of people. But for me personally, I just like to have track my runs well. Maybe have some interval like workout type stuff, and provide good data and have a good app and be able to look at it. And that's like been my favorite thing about COROS is that it seems like you cut out all the junk, I guess, or the stuff that might not be necessary for a runner who just wants the basic stuff.
I'll take it more humble way. It's not like we cutting everything out. We don't have enough time to build all the features. So like Garmin has been around for 10 years and 20 years. They have so many features. And for us, we really have to pick what matters with athletes
That
most
makes sense.
to start the products.
Yeah.
And then the hardest thing is we receive tons of different feedback from all different kinds of users. I want this, I want that features. Like we can make a long list with 100 features. There are athletes or users like you just want the easiest, most simplest way. And there are people like all those fancy features. They want everything from Garmin, and they want everything from Suunto. They want everything from the future as well.
Yeah.
So how do we balance as a company to balance all different requests and still make a product that's simple enough? Simplicity is definitely like the core of our principle of designing products. We can add more features, but we don't want to make things complicated.
Well, that's one of the things I think I've appreciated a lot using the COROS watches is that they are simplistic. And I know some people don't like that you don't have a user manual, but like I know when you talked about it before with me, you mentioned that Apple doesn't have a user
we took our advice. We started building something.
Yeah, but at the same time, I think you have. When I did have your watch and didn't have a user manual, I was able to figure out everything without getting frustrated. Where I've had experiences with other watches, and it's really hard to navigate the menu. But with yours, it was really easy to just move around. Everything was very intuitive. Like I just knew where I was supposed to go.
Yeah, that's one of the requirements that we put it to the product team. Like you should try it. Building a user menu is more of a customer-facing thing. We'll let the customer service team handle that. But as a product design team, you gotta build something that allows people to use it without the menu.
Yeah.
So they have that in their mind. So they're trying to build things in a straightforward way. Like as soon as the customer understand there's two ways. I have the watch right here. Two ways to navigate. Like the easiest thing is you hit a button and then you bring up this menu for all different workouts. So that's number one thing. You need to know you can hit the button and the roll. Yeah. That's number one. And then number two is you can long press the back button at any time, even when you are in a workout, to bring up this, we call it quick menu or toolbox. That has a lot of utility tools that you can in there just do, stopwatch, timer, and all the different kind of things. Only these two things. You only gotta remember these two things. Just like when you use an iPhone, you gotta know how to use the home button. That's it. Yeah. And that's everything is in it.
That's what I really enjoyed about it, because a lot of times when you have runner's brain and you're like running a long distance or like in a race, I forget which button is back and which pauses and which stops, no matter how many times I use the watch. So that's what I really appreciate about these is like, oh, I know I have one
essentially
button.
Just two buttons, like the digital knob and the back button. That's it.
And then you have the lap or light button at the top, well, at least on the Pro, but that's just that. And I did want to say, I know you have been adding more features lately, and one of my favorite features is the track mode, which has been, I've used
you use it a lot.
It's pretty incredible. Like,
I love that too.
Like it's like, because that has been a frustration before doing track workouts and things, is that you never get the perfect circle, a 400-meter circle, But with the track mode, it looks so good on Strava once you upload it. It's just a perfect.
Yeah, it looks good. Sometimes people think, is it a fake track? Because people are so used to the old type of all those massive laps right here.
So can you tell me a little bit about how that works? Because I've kind of wondered, because you could actually choose the lane that you're in too, which I thought was crazy. So how does it, find the distance that you're running? And then, because I know you have to run a lap to
calibrate the first one.
So how does it do that, I guess?
So technically it's pretty easy to think about. It is just we pre-build those laps. Like the lane number one, it's a 400-meter lap. And lane number two is a little bit longer. Lane number three is even longer. So we pre-build that in our system. So as soon as you select the track running mode and you run a first lap, and the watch feels like, hey, you are on a track, it will snap you in these pre-built tracks.
Gotcha.
And then, if you're purely on GPS, that's just an estimate of where you are. But when you are actually being put like a train run on a track. You're
Right.
not going like a car going left and right. You know you are actually on it. So
Yeah.
this is a very fun, interesting technology that allow us to do something even more. For example, this is something we haven't built it, but to say when you run New York Marathon, your GPS is gonna have the toughest time because all
Yeah.
those tall
Or
buildings
Chicago.
around there. Yeah, the Chicago. So when you run it and if you just rely on a watch, you actually don't know which mile you're in because you might be a mile off just because it's such a tough environment.
Well,
However,
especially in Chicago too, that it drops like immediately.
yeah,
Like
yeah. You
what?
might
Like
hear the watch beeps like I'm losing signal.
yeah.
So however, if there's a way we can preview the Chicago course in the watch, and the watch knows you are at the start line,
Mm.
and then they know an estimated location via GPS, it can actually, it's the same as track mode, can snap you in the track and say, hey, you're on mile 10, mile 15, or mile 16.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be very awesome. And then because you have the accurate data, then you can, so you would have a much better like the pace estimation, to how long you
Yeah.
are. So that's
Well,
something that we are going to build. But this is one example. How can we take a step further from our current technology to make it even better?
yeah. That's great. Do you have any other things like that coming out for the watches? That's a new. I know you've. Sorry, the last update I think had a decent amount of features that were added to the watch,
Mm-hmm.
and off the top of my head, I can't remember all of them. But do you have anything else that's exciting that's coming out for some of the
Well,
watches?
for sure, there's a lot of exciting things, and then something will come out. But my PR team will kill me if I release them too early, and then they got tons of questions. Hey, are you going to deliver it on time or something?
Yeah.
We always be a little bit careful, especially on the software releases. Otherwise, people has any expectation, and there's always some unpredictable things, in the testing, some bugs that come out. So,
Sure.
but I can put it this way. So as far as COROS, we try to build actually it's more than a watch company, not a traditional hardware company. When you build a product, you sell them,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're done. So we essentially we're trying to do, if you purchase a watch, it's like a subscription that without paying monthly fee. You pay $300-400 to get a watch with a premium built hardware, and then you just have it, and then you enjoy all the monthly new feature deliveries to you. And
Okay.
it's the new user that purchased the watch support us to do something for you.
Yeah.
So the earlier you purchase watch, the earlier you're gonna enjoy those benefits. But that's like, it's a hardware plus software combination type of company we're trying to build.
Okay.
And then we will go from here to build everything related to performance and to training and to an active lifestyle is on our software roadmap. Like, we'll definitely emphasize a lot more on training for the next few updates.
Okay.
From walking you through how to do a training for the 2 hours they're going to plan to do, to what you're going to do in a week, in a month, or in the training cycle for your marathon.
Okay.
So that will be the next big step that we're going to introduce.
Okay. And I kind of want to ask you this from a personal. Do, you- have you released? I don't think it was in the last update. Like structured workouts where you can do like a pyramid workout.
Mm-hmm.
Was that in the last release or is that still coming out?
No, that's still coming. The
Okay.
last release is allows people to add or delete some workout. Like, if I never do swimming, I don't need to have
Oh,
swimming as
right.
my option in my,
Right.
like. So you don't need to keep rolling to find your workout.
Yeah. Okay.
That's just a little tweak to optimize the experience.
Okay.
But the pure structured custom workout will come pretty soon.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I know that I think that's one of the like most asked for
Mm-hmm.
features for COROS. At least I'm in the official user Facebook group. I see that coming
Yeah,
a lot.
that's a lot. How to keep them calm. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, it's coming. Sorry, it's coming.
Cool. I had to ask.
Another thing is the stride compatibility.
Yeah,
That
actually, let me pull that up because I believe someone
someone asked about that
asked
too.
that question. So let me see. COROS, where is it? It was in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Yes. So when will your watches be compatible with Stride? Is that a thing that's going to happen?
Well, it's gonna happen. We are in conversation with Stripe from, sorry to say that, it's like almost half a year ago, even further. We like them. We love to work with them. But again, it's a list of priority. So we spend our time to try to figure out our own part, uh, performance optimization devices. So the pod will provide some of the data in terms of the running power, the strike ratio, the ground contact time, all those things. We made that happen, so glad it's on the market right now. So if you want to get it, you're gonna get it. It's actually my engineers told me our pod is much more. I don't put it on official claim, much more accurate than the Garmin dynamic pod.
Okay.
This is what they told me, but I didn't put it on my my copy on the advertising. So that's very good data. So if you look for advanced matrix, you're gonna look for it. But the compatibility with Stripe will come as in the future updates as well. I can't promise when, but it's definitely something that we are working on.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I have any other questions that we need to cover here. Oh, well, we kind of talked about this, but I'll throw it out there anyways. Are any watches going to be released with music or music feature?
The music control can be done fairly quickly. Like in our current product line, like you can go play, pause, next track, volume up, volume down. So those are pretty standard features that we can do it. In fact, we have done it on iOS already.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. A lot of badges, a
Cool
lot of it.
question.
I know you're gonna show off this.
Okay, cool.
So like we've done it with iOS, but unfortunately Android has been a little bit challenging for us because too many devices, too many versions.
Okay.
There was one time we actually had this feature for iOS, for a couple of weeks, and we just put it on because we want to be fair to both Android and iOS users.
Yeah.
But once we figure that out, we'll add the music control back in.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but as far as the storage of the music, that cannot be done on any of the existing hardware because of hardware limitation.
Yeah.
But we might look into this for the future.
Okay. And speaking of the future, can we expect any new watch releases in 2020 or 2021, or is that?
Well, there will definitely be new hardware coming out for this year. I can't tell when and what.
All right.
But for the future, here's our plan. We try to simplify our product line as well. Like we hate to have people to read all different model numbers, trying to figure out what is what, and then trying to find out what's the best watch for you. But in general, we have Pace, and we have Apex, and we have Vertex. Yeah. That will continue to be our watch product line as 3 lines moving forward, at least for the foreseeable future. And the Pace is going to be focused on a very performance-driven, such as road running or triathlon, or some fitness features as well. Like Pace is something that's built for this. I don't know if we call it road sports or anything like. Basically, anything happens in the city within the urban environment.
All right.
Then you can do it, or anything that happens in Olympic Games.
Okay.
So in a simple way to do that. And then on the other side, Vertex is built for extreme adventure expedition because we use the toughest durable of the hardware to do this. So we call it like adventure watch, like for outdoor expedition. And Apex is actually right in the middle. It's a perfect fit for doing any of the workout in between. You can be very performance driven in the mountains, such as trail running. Yeah, and it can also be like the longer distance adult recreation with your family, such as hiking, multiple day hiking, or fishing or hunting or anything. So if you don't want to go that big in a Vertex, Apex is a perfect fit in the middle.
Cool. Plus, I feel like the watch just looks awesome. Like I have to give a lot of credit to the product design team. I think they did great. And you update with new watch faces all the time. They're always like super
Yes.
cool. They're I
Yeah,
like.
we just released two new watches. I mean, 2 days ago, probably. You know, I was trying to do
I
something.
saw them. They're nice.
But yeah, that's true. Yeah, the good looking of the watch is probably the number one thing because the watch is more than a tool. Like
I
whatever
mean,
measures
yeah.
your daily life for you. You know, people just like apparel.
You want to
So
wear it, and I think I bought a couple of watch bands just, for
yeah,
myself. I think I
this one
got
doesn't look like original from COROS, is it? Or the white? That's a
this one
white
is,
COROS band.
yeah, this is a chorus band.
Oh, okay.
I got it in January, I think. It has
Oh, okay.
it's got the logo. Yeah, no, I got it
Okay.
from you guys. I got a navy blue one and the green one
Hmm.
too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're trying to look for other materials for watch bands too. Like one thing we're working on hasn't been released is a nylon band.
Okay.
So it's like a mm,
Did
uh,
I feel like I got a nylon band.
no, we don't have anything officially launched yet.
I have a
Um,
nylon band that definitely fits
yeah,
like,
you know, some third-party bands can fit watches.
but I don't know where I didn't buy one though. Like, so I thought
I
it
don't
came
know.
with like
Well,
the
maybe
original.
Garmin sent you one and you put it on a COROS watch. It
Does
can be
it,
nice.
would that fit? Would that fit?
Well, yeah, most of watches, it's I think it's called quick release or quick
Yeah.
fit. Sorry forgot about terms. But if you search like for this one, just search 22 millimeter quick release band
Okay.
on Amazon. Then you can find the third party band and
Maybe
fit with it.
maybe I did get it from another company.
Yeah, probably someone sent it
That's
to you
funny.
as well. But
Um,
nylon band can be really nice because it's actually lighter than the silicone band that we have.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's see if we have any more questions that we didn't cover yet. Um,
Yeah. Someone just asked like, "Hey, can you guys patent this track running mode?" We do have the patent.
oh, you do?
That's yeah, we do have the patent
Oh,
on
that's
this.
awesome. That's good for you guys for sure. I
Okay,
do.
thanks. Quick
Let,
release,
let me
22.
see. Um, I think we talked about like what's the most common runner watch, and that was you'd say probably the Apex would be the best in that situation. Pace or Apex?
Your pace, it's just lightweight. Lightweight is one of the most important things. Lightweight is one of the most important things about the pace. So if you're looking for something extremely light, just go with pace.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, cool. And then we had, oh, let's see, Chorus officially in Brazil. Is
Ooh.
that happening?
Yeah, I need to bring Dan into this conversation. Hey, where you are with Brazil?
All
So,
right, all right.
yeah, we're in a lot of Latin countries, but unfortunately, Brazil is not one of them. So, you know, if any of the people in the community and users know anyone, you know, if you want them to introduce to us, feel free to do so. We'll definitely appreciate it. We know it's a big market, and then we know there's a lot of good athletes out there too.
Cool. Yeah, we actually have a pretty good following from Brazil, so
Oh, okay, cool.
there's definitely a lot of interested runners down there for sure.
Yeah, I'll watch for my sales email.
And cool. I think this might be a last one, and this isn't particularly running, but do you have a cycling computer coming?
Well, funny thing is, we did talk about it to see if we wanted to do a cycling computer, but we decided to put it on hold for the same reason. Like we think if we want to invest in a cycling helmet, we better do it as a full line, all into this community or
Okay.
industry, not just trying to put a one SKU there and have it sell, generate some additional revenue.
Right.
Same reason to heart rate monitors or heart rate straps. Like people always ask, what's the best heart rate strap? You know, why COROS don't make a heart rate strap? It can be a very nice revenue. You know, otherwise people are gonna go buy Garmin Polar heart rate straps. You know, we like the revenue, but we think another important thing, if we decide to do something, we gotta make sure we are confident to do at least 50% better than our competitors. Like we don't want to make a Me Too product. Hey, go buy it from us instead of someone else.
Yeah.
That just doesn't is not the best resource at place to allocate our resources. So we are very careful about investing to a new area. We have less concern about how much revenue we generated, but we believe as long as we're doing the right thing, the revenue will come in a long way. So for the same reason. Cycling computers or heart rate straps or any accessories is all kinds of possibilities. We have the technology and we have the supply chain to do that, but it's just a matter of, shall we do this?
Cool. All right. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense to me. You don't want to like just do it just to do it, you know? Like
Right.
there should be purpose or behind it.
Yeah, it's easy to build a product line and be a 20% cheaper than a competitor. It's just
Yeah.
so easy, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Someone asked also, can we have some challenges in the app or milestones or something like that? Is that something that you've thought about?
Yeah, we have a badge system in our app, not like as active being managed as the Strava challenges and everything. It's funny, like because people are all staying at home, there's a user send it to us like, "Hey, sorry, I've earned all your badges in the app. Can you make some new badges for me?" um, yeah, I think this, it can be on top of what we do is, the challenge is more of a social network features.
Yeah.
It's also a big thing. If we decide to do it, it's going to be a huge investment, and then a lot of features, a lot of marketing efforts, and we can play around with it. So we want to make sure we're ready. We want to make sure we cover our original plan with the performance-driven training plans. All those things before we consider a strategic approach to the social part.
Gotcha.
As of now, Strava is great. I use Strava a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we didn't cover. Do you know if there's anything else? I feel
I
like
think well, we cover quite a lot of things. So definitely in your conversation.
How are you guys dealing with the whole coronavirus and everything like that? I know it's kind of just everything is crazy right now for everyone. So I didn't know.
Right. For sure. I think we started working from home a week earlier than California since the shelter in place. So I think we're better than the government in some sense. Then everybody goes back home. People start doing the video conference like what we do. There's no doubt like the desire of people purchasing a new gear has dropped from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So everything went like almost perfect. It's keep growing with the seasonality, with everything the weather gets warmer.
Yeah.
Until like second week of March, and then we see people are immediately being shut down. Most likely it's from the outside of the U.S. The U.S. is actually okay.
Okay.
It's funny, we feel like the user in the U.S. become more active for some reason.
Do you think like the time of year it's getting nicer? Like people are still, or do you think it's the mindset of Americans in general? I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't look at recently. Like the first week of shutdown, I look at New York. New York even have an increase in user activities.
Oh wow, really?
I don't know. Maybe you just can't do something else. You have enough running.
I mean, it's definitely like from what we've seen as well. Like the running is huge because of all the gyms being closed. So it's like you can go outside and run, and people who are runners and people who usually go to the gym.
Right.
Especially in spring here, if you go outside, it's 50 to 55 degrees. A person who's running all the time is wearing a singlet and shorts. Meanwhile, like someone who goes to the gym normally is wearing like a hoodie and like.
All right. Yeah, you can tell that. I think so another thing is U.S. is never really in the lockdown, like complete lockdown situation, like you cannot leave your home at all.
That's true for sure.
Yeah, but a lot of places like Southeast Asia, Europe, they're in a much more strict shutdown situation. So like they're in the real situation, like I just can't buy anything.
So like they can't, I guess, they can't even go outside.
They can't even go outside. Like I heard from friends, like you are not allowed to go a kilometer away further from your home. Like you have to carry your address when you go out and to show it to the police. Hey, my home is right next block.
Wow. Wait, which country? Which country was that in?
That's what I heard from France. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but
okay. I mean, they're like France is especially getting hit hard, so that makes sense.
Yeah. So a lot of a drop is actually from international market. From our data, the U.S. is actually doing fine. Let's hope the whole situation will be better soon. So let's get it warmer and the season's back and everybody can back to normal life.
I mean, I think for everyone, it's just like even with Believe in the Run, like obviously we review a lot of shoes and gear. So like if the
Mm-hmm.
supply chains and everything are messed up, like a lot of the shoe companies are putting out their shoes that were scheduled for this month, maybe in
Mm-hmm.
July. So um, like a lot of the racing shoes, especially since the Olympics got postponed, like a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
racing shoes are getting
Right.
pushed back to like their release
Mm-hmm.
dates.
Yeah,
Um,
the release days for us, I don't know. Like people, yes, people get less active in the situation, but people spending more time at home watching videos and live. So
I
let's
mean,
say
that's the thing.
if I run a new release tomorrow, I bet there will be tons of traffic because
Yeah, well,
everybody has nothing to do just watching us.
it's such a weird time because one of the stats that we saw recently was that Instagram use is up like 40%, which is insane because you know how much people already use Instagram. So,
Right, right.
so like, there's a lot of potential customers out there, or people
Mm-hmm.
are still willing to buy,
Mm-hmm.
but companies, a lot of companies are even scared to
Mm-hmm.
use their marketing budgets, and we've seen
Mm-hmm.
that on our end as well. So it's kind of just a crazy time.
Yeah, I know we do see a lot of other companies, like including auto companies, trying to offer discount because they may need offer discount because they may need to move inventory, they may need more cash flow, and
Right.
discount is really a driver for people to do the purchase now instead of later.
Sure.
No, we talk about this internally too, but we decided to not to do it.
Well,
One thing we cares a lot of is how does our existing user feel? Like a
well,
discount is nice to generate new users, but
right.
it devalues what you have in a risk,
Well,
right? So
COROS has always been like that. I know from the start you've never done discounts on your watches, and you
a
kind of,
few times, very, very minimum, a few times, and
but
then
yeah,
we
but
hold it
generally
firm.
like
Like
this,
no, like probably not even a discount for Black Friday this year. Like we just
right?
don't want to do it
Yeah,
because we feel people feel like here's the value here. You're gonna not going to worry about what you purchase going to discount tomorrow. And then if people are not buying it because you're not having discount, it's only because our product is not good enough. So we
yeah,
need to do a better job in our products to convince people to buy, not by offering discount.
yeah, yeah, and and I gotta say, like, I kind of like that method because I've seen watches from other companies that maybe came out like 3 months before, and you'll see them on
Hmm.
sale during Black Friday, or not even like just the Christmas season, maybe for
Yeah.
$250 cheaper. I'd be kind of mad if I bought it like in September,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
but
So we actually we care about the existing users more than recruiting new users. So I think that's a very good philosophy in
yeah,
our team. I believe will lead to a long-term success.
definitely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, I think that kind of wraps up a lot of what we were trying to
Yeah,
cover
yeah, yeah.
today.
Well, thanks.
I appreciate you coming on and talking. It's good seeing you again, talking to you for a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. Good seeing you again. So yeah, definitely enjoy. Thanks for having me, and
Yeah,
glad we are fortunate enough to still be able to run. And let's just keep
yeah,
safe, stay safe, and then hopefully in a couple of weeks, on a month or two, things will be back
for,
to normal.
for sure. And by the way, anyone, if you are watching and you want to find out more about COROS, check our stories right now. I actually just posted it while I was talking to you. Hope it wasn't too obvious. To the COROS page, you can find out more about COROS watches and like the Apex Pro, which is my favorite watch we run. And we gave it the watch of the year last year for our big awards, and I don't regret that whatsoever. I love it.
Cool.
But and that's not paid for either, by the way. I just love I just love the watch. All
Yeah,
right.
nice surprise.
So anyways, it's good talking to you, man. Looking forward to talking again sometime.
Sure, sure. Yeah, we'll talk soon.
All
Thank
right,
you.
take care, Liz.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.